Hello traders, and welcome to Trading the Trend. I am Dennis, and this is my weekend report for week ending January 6th. It's a very chilly day here in Florida. I think we woke up to about 34 degrees, so hopefully everyone's staying warm where you are. Here we are looking at the S&P 500 weekly chart, and you can see after going sideways and a down move the week before, we had a pretty good up move. We actually had at one point a new all-time high in the S&P 500. Now let's look at the Dow. We've been watching for Dow 20,000. We got within a few pennies of it, but didn't quite make it. If you look at this on the daily, I made this little box here showing the high and this low here, and you can see we've been staying in a very narrow sideways trading range going back to the 9th of December. So a full month we've been in this trading range. So we'll see if we can't break out of it this coming week. I mean, at this point, it could head down or it could head up. We just don't know. Other things I am looking at here, how about oil? Oil again is staying above that $51 mark. We're getting higher highs, but barely. So this is all still good. I'm still shooting for that $61 mark in oil. Looking at some commodities, energy sector, the ERX, that's my favorite way to trade oil. That's still holding very well. Not making a big gain so far, but it's doing well. And let's look at gold. We'll start with the GDX, gold miners. That's my preferred way of trading gold. A good candle, but we did have a pretty good down day on Friday after non-farm payroll report. That's that big upper shadow you see there. So we'll be watching that. If you look at this on the daily, you'll see that we got above this important 50-day moving average. We finished the week above it, so that's always a good sign. But every time this thing has gotten up to that 50-day, it has just been a false flag, and we've headed down. So we'll see if this thing's going to head lower, if we're actually going to stay above that 50. So as long as we stay above the 50, then maybe this thing has a chance of turning around and heading upwards. Next thing I want to look at is my currencies, and we will start with the strong week rankings, and the CAD is on top. The Canadian dollar was the strongest currency for 2016, and it's starting the new year off pretty good. The dollar is right behind it. The dollar actually looked pretty weak through midweek, but it came on strong after non-farm payroll, so we'll see if it can keep going. Okay, and then looking at some currency pairs, we'll start with the Euro-US dollar weekly chart, and you can see we got below that red line, but you know, we just can't get away from it. So we're back into that 2-year-long trading range that we've been in. Seeing all these wicks here below shows there's a lot of support, a lot of buyers coming in down here. So until we can clear that out, this thing's going to have a hard time going lower. So it's tough to trade this one to the downside right now. Looking at the Aussie US dollar, this had after moving down for several weeks, maybe we found some support here, or resistance I should say. If you slide this over and we look at this on the 4-hour chart here, you can see where price went right up to the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, and that's where it stopped. So maybe we'll get some momentum to the downside here. Looking at the US-Japan, same situation. We had this pullback, and if I show you the 4-hour chart here, we pulled right back to the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. So you've got a couple different currency pairs where you're seeing support at the same spot. So that's looking very positive for the dollar against the yen and against the Aussie dollar. And let's also look at the dollar CAD, and there's that uptrending channel we've been in. And you see on the weekly chart here, we hold right down to the bottom of this channel and stop. So maybe that's a sign that price is ready to head back up on this one. Another good sign for the US dollar. And then the last one I'm going to look at is the euro pound. This has been gradually moving upwards after that pretty good down move. Now this is starting to look a bit like a head and shoulders top, so we'll have to watch this carefully. If it can't get above this area over here and it heads back down and then it breaks what would probably be the neckline right down here, then this thing could move quite a bit lower. So we'll keep watching that, and that's what I have for you for this week. Hopefully everyone has a great week of trading, and I will catch you later.